So I moved. I graduated in May, and now I am in a new apartment in a new state. Life is weird. I was home most of the summer. We did a bunch of trips, and it just kind of made sense to wait to start my job. I still need to edit that Italy vlog, but now I live in Wisconsin, which is not something I would have expected. My sister moved here after she graduated because her partner was from here, and I happened to be visiting her over winter break 2 years ago, and then we were out getting dinner with her partner's parents, and they were like, oh, you should apply to this internship, or they probably have internships. Yeah, you should do that. And then I applied, and then that was also, I went to London for a January term in school, and then they interviewed me while I was in London, and then I came home, and then I got the job, and then I lived with my sister last summer, and now I'm here. It's weird. My fridge is making noises. I hope that doesn't show up in the thing. I've thought of plenty of things that I could go out and do to like meet people. Obviously, when you enter post-grad, you're not really around people your age all the time. Obviously, all of my college friends are, gone with the wind. I haven't even seen that movie. I don't know what that reference was. Certainly I have connections here, mostly my sister. And while I love my sister, we have a surprisingly good relationship. I don't really want to solely depend on her for all of my social interactions. So I got to start branching out, and that's going to require me to say yes to a lot of things in the next few months. And that is something. There is one, actually. I have one friend from school that happened to move here too, and there's a lot of coincidences there, but that's for another video. But I need to still branch out and meet people. I have plenty of thoughts on how I can do this, like whether there's certain hobbies or activities I can just go try and hopefully meet people. The point is, I've said yes to a lot of things, and I try to say yes to everything because you never know what's going to happen. I feel like the idea that, you are going to die, your time is precious, make the most of the present, is something that kind of reoccurs in a lot of philosophies and school of thought, like memento mori, or even maybe less academically, YOLO is also sort of that idea. I know. The idea of all of that being your time is precious, so make the most of the present moment. And those ideas have been really speaking to me lately. Life is too short, so why shouldn't I go out and do things that are outside of my comfort zone? Because what if I end up liking one of them, and I would have never found it if I didn't just allow myself to be open to new things, right? I guess the worst thing that can happen if you try something new is you find out you hate it, and then you know that you hate it. You might have thought you hated it, and now you have evidence that you hate it. So whenever anyone brings it up again, you can tell them you were right. I feel like maybe the scarier thing is, what if it does work out? What if you do find something really cool, and now you've realized that you've maybe wasted your life moving in a different direction when you really should have been swimming over here? And I guess I've come to realize that, well, you had to go that way to find this. We're all shaped by the experiences we've previously had, and so maybe you do find it later than you could have, but you also wouldn't be the person you are without those other experiences. So you can't really be mad at it, also because there's nothing you can do, so don't be mad at it. That's just a waste of your time. But two, because those experiences shaped who you are today, and that's special and important, I think. I think it's really easy to count ourselves out of new jobs or even hobbies where you're like, oh, I'm not good enough to apply to that thing, I'm not good enough to start. But on the job front, somebody else is getting paid to say no to you. Don't do their job for them. they might say yes, and then, oh no, you got a job. Or on the hobby front, right? Like, if you want to learn piano, just do it. Like, it's not that deep. Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But maybe you'll really like it, and that's great. I guess my point of all of this is go try stuff. It might open doors for you that you didn't even know were doors. I don't really know what my future looks like, but I've also been weirdly at ease with that, just because I know that if I keep saying yes to new things, I will be happy where I end up. And maybe that's the point. It's a cool painting though, isn't it? Yeah. It's kind of sick.